On the take gangsters, it's your boy Stepuz back again with another tutorial, man. And today I'm gonna be giving y'all the raw ultimate guide on making fire early 2000 x 50 Cent time melodies from scratch in FL Studio. And if you're ready, let's get into it. Yeah, alright, when making early 2000 time melody, the very first element that I like to start with is always a guitar, and it might be an all guitar or an acoustic guitar, but always some sort of guitar. And my favorite VSTs are actually Xenology or the contact band called Ilya Efimov, and I'll normally use the Spanish guitar. Anyways, for this particular melody I use the ample guitar Martin. I also recommend you put it in keyboard mode. Now once I've chosen the guitar with which I want to start with, I will make the chord progression with whatever root note. So for example, here we have the D minor scale, and I'm gonna try making something out of it. Yeah, something like this will be fine. This is a very simple chord, but for example, to spice it up a little bit, I could lower down by 12 semitones the F. It might be too low like this, so maybe the A. Yeah, for example, this chord sounds good. Now once I have the chords with which I want to start, I'll make the rhythm of the chord progression. So I'll duplicate this whole thing, and for example I could do something like this, and here for example I'll change the chord. I'm gonna bring the notes down. Yeah, something like this, and maybe I could try bringing it up like this. Yeah, it really depends on the vibe. You just need to try it until you get to the point where you're actually satisfied. And then another thing that you want to do is to actually play around with the same chords that you have to actually give the proper rhythm of the chord progression. So for example, these notes here, as you can see, I've duplicated them, and maybe I could do something like this, or maybe something like this. Now I've actually already made the chord progression for the melody that I'm breaking down, and this is what I came up with. So as you can see, we have this chord progression here that repeats again here, and then we have these notes like this, and then we have another chord progression like this, and then these two. Now at this point we have the second part of the melody, which is this. Now the main difference from the first part is that we have more notes going on, especially here and also by the end of the A bar, but pretty much it's still the same structure. Now once you've established the foundation of the melody, and that often happens with guitars and strings, you can actually put the counter melody, and that's gonna be one of the main elements of the melody itself. And in this case I use the same guitar which I use for the chords. Yeah man, something like this. You can just try experimenting with whatever you feel like sounds the best. Pretty much, bro, you want to experiment with different variations of the notes. Bear in mind that this was a very quick trial of the counter melody. It usually takes me a little more, and I really like to spend quite a good amount of time to get the melody sounding right, because like I said before, this is one of the most important elements of the melody. And for this specific melody, this is what I came up with. So melodic, man. I love the vibe, I love the energy of this melody. It's so fire. And the secret here is always to find the right combination and balance and vibe between the chord progression and the counter melody. You really want to make them sound good together and not clashing each other. Now here really is the point in which you can see the difference between pro producers and not producers, as in the structure of the melody right now, it really is solid, and it really does sound good by itself. However, if you actually want to be a 1% producer and actually make melodies that stand out, you want to put those crazy ear candies, which I'm gonna show you right now. So for example, at this point I use some spiccato strings from Xenology. You know what I mean? Just to enhance those second and fourth bars of the melody. And I also apply them on the 6th and the 8th bar. Now another element that I use, This is sauce, man. I ain't gonna lie. I shouldn't even give it to y'all. But anyways, at this point, I use this distorted guitar from Melodies still, which is called Overdrive Guitar 2. It sounds crazy, man. I swear it sounds crazy. Bro, what are we talking about, man? The sauce that I'm giving to y'all, bro, bare minimum, bro. Seriously, bare minimum that you can do is to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Instagram at Stepuz, bro. Because, bro, I'ma be honest, there's no person on YouTube giving y'all this amount of sauce for these melodies, bro. I swear. Now, another go-to sound that I like to have in these kind of melodies, it's a clavinet, and I often use the 12 clavinet. Because, bro, it sounds fire, and I also like to put it to kind of fill up the spaces and to give it that extra, I don't know what to call it, bro, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool, bro, I swear. Now at this point we pretty much have all the elements that we need for the melody, but oftentimes I will also like to spice up the melody a little bit, and I'll use some elements that can enhance the difference between the first part and the second part of the melody, and in this case I use the strings. Yeah, man, I know it sounds cold, bro. I know. Anyways, bro, at this point I had all the patterns layered down. Now, final sound that I put on this melody, which is actually a sound that I like to put on, bro, a lot of melodies that I make on the kind of 50s, early 2000s kind of vibe. And the sound that I'm talking about in particular is some chimes. And pretty much you want to put them by the end of the 4th or the 8th bar. It really depends on the vibe of the melody and whatever vibe you want to give to the melody. You know, they really give that refreshing vibe to the melody. Now for the mixing of the elements, I will normally don't do anything too crazy other than maybe EQ, bro, because what I like to do at the beginning, at the sound selection stage, is to find the right sounds that are already good to go, so that I don't have to waste too much time into mixing unless I want to get a particular effect such as a delay or I don't know, a flanger or something crazy. But normally with these kind of melodies you really want to have real live instruments, like proper real sounds, so you don't want to have nothing too crazy. And like I said before, the only thing that I could probably do is to put like an EQ on whatever sound I feel like has some frequencies that I don't necessarily want to have. For example, for this guitar, I've actually used an EQ for the low end because I felt like the low end was kind of too much. And also here for the same guitar but on another pattern, I still used a little bit of EQ and I cut the low end, but it still isn't anything too crazy. And as you can see, bro, I didn't do anything at all apart from those two things. One thing that I want to show you though is the compression on the master channel, because I always like to control the overall level of the sound and making sure that it is pretty consistent in terms of loudness. So basically what I will do is to play around with the threshold. So basically those minor parts in which you were hearing the sound, like the small pops of sounds, like those ones are the parts in which the compressor actually started working. So those ones, they get dug down, and then what I normally do is to increase the gain. So I'll just increase this knob right here. But other than that, man, it is nothing too crazy, bro, at all. And yeah, bro, this is the end result of the melody. Now as you can see, this was a full breakdown of one of my most recent early 2000 X57 melodies. Now if you want to get more than 36 super high quality melodies in this kind of style, make sure you check out the first link down below in the description that will drive you to my latest loop kit, Hustlers Loop Kit Volume 2. Bro, it's been going crazy, man. I'm talking about more than, bro, by now almost 500 downloads, no cap. If you want to join the club, check the link down below in the description. And man, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Stepuz. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure you smash the like button and leave a comment, my G. And I appreciate you for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see in the next video, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next time. Bow.